Welcome to the third big Honda surprise in as many years. First we had the Honda E, a revolutionary electric city car. Then we had the Honda Jazz, which was transformed compared to what was gone before. And now we've got this, the all new Honda HR-V Hybrid. If you're familiar with the old car, you'll know that this one looks completely different, completely transformed again. It's the Honda of the future, and it's this car that will help Honda achieve its goal of electrifying all its mainstream cars by 2022. So let's take a closer look. Now I love the new grille. It's almost completely closed off, and you've got these body coloured bars there. And it gives it a really modern appearance. You've got these LED lights that also look distinctive, and the headlights inside they're black and give it a slightly moody look. The bonnet is a lot longer and flatter to give it a chunkier appearance, and we've also got, for the first time on an HR-V, big chunky 18-inch wheels and this slightly raised ride height that gives it a hunkered stance, which I quite like. Probably one of the most distinctive features is this side profile. It's really simple and clean. Honda calls it a noiseless design, and it's a real contrast to the old HR-V, which had these big strung feature lines at the side. Still got the hidden door handles at the rear. We've also got a slightly lower roof and a shallower side window glass house that gives it a more chunky stance again out on the road. And when you see it in the metal out in the wild, it's going to look very distinctive indeed. I love how this is a real car designer's car. You've got this rear curvature here, and it's not shouting. You don't get massive wheel arches like you do on many small SUVs. It's just all subtly surfaced and smoothly profiled. And look at the way it catches the light along there as well. You know that somebody's taken hours and hours and weeks and months to perfect that and put it into production in this precision, inch perfect way, and it looks beautiful. Now I was reading up on the press materials before I got here. Honda makes a lot of this coupe-like rear angle, and I didn't really see it in the pictures, but here in the metal it is very distinctive. It's got quite a rake there, and it also sweeps into this sporty rear end that's quite high and quite squat, and again it's going to look distinctive when you see it and different to most other things in this sector. These LED lights at the rear are brilliant. You've got the individual tail lamps and also this full width LED light bar with really distinctive technical looking indentations inside, and of course big Honda logo with the Honda Hybrid ring around the outside, because every new Honda HR-V is a hybrid. So first impressions inside is just what a step up in maturity and quality it all is. You've got nice high drive position, and the view down this lung flat bonnet is really quite confidence inspiring. It's got a low roofline, but there's still plenty of headroom inside, but it's all just such high quality. There's no shiny plastics, it's all low sheen and high quality. There's lots of neat silver effect trim here. The heater controls make a lovely tactile click. The steering wheel is nice and soft, and it's just a really big step on to the old car. It's yeah, once people get into it in showrooms, they will be amazed at the transformation that Honda's made here. Now, there's quite a lot of innovation at work inside the new HR-V Hybrid, and one such feature is these L-shaped air vents. Now, normal air vents just blast air straight at you, and not everybody likes that. They find it a bit uncomfortable. Instead, these diffuse the air and make it a lot gentler on people's faces, and it sort of infuses air around people. Honda assures us that it's a lot more comfortable and people will find it a lot more pleasant. We look forward to trying it out when we can actually drive it on the road. So something else I've just noticed is this, which you normally get on big mud plug-in SUVs. It wraps around the arches so they don't get muddy and dirty and wet. That means it keeps your trousers clean, so when you step out you don't get mud up the back of them. I must say I do rather like these seats. They're mounted high up in the way that SUV customers like so much, and they're quite comfy and supportive, and the seat trim is quite neat and cool as well. But also they're mounted atop the fuel tank. Instead of being out in the back somewhere taking up boot space, the fuel tank is beneath the front seats, and that has real advantages in terms of practicality that we're going to check out in the rear. Now Honda's got a saying, MM, that's man maximum, machine minimum, and you really feel it inside here. I mean, on paper it says 35mm more rear legroom, but it feels so much more than that because that fuel tank is in the front. You've got loads and loads of legroom, and this seat is sat for me, and I'm 6 foot tall, but I can still stretch out behind myself. There's loads of feet space underneath the front seats. There's loads of headroom, and you've got these rather cool downlighters that I like, taken from the Honda E. Even the backrest is just reclined a bit more, so it's a bit more relaxing and comfortable to sit in. It's really standout here, just how much space there is in here. So in the back, the kids will also love it. It's got an almost flat floor, so they can all get in one side and jump in and sort themselves out. They've got their own air vents, cup holders and cubby holes here, USB chargers, all important, and in the back of each rear seat, there's this little smartphone holder. So each kid's smartphone can stay on their own side, out of the way of the other. And of course, you've got Honda Magic seats, which I promise you will never get tired of. As we know, they fold down, the bottom goes down too, so it's an almost completely flat load space. But if you fold it back up in one go, you can flip this seat bases up, and they go up like that. So you've got this really massive open load space that you can just pile whatever you want to in. Plant pots, big boxes, you name it, it'll all go in because it's vast.